in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. A first down throw for Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. 10 yards still left on second down. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. Look at this spin.
Balance.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Now, nobody leaked. Big play. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Partner, I like Carlos Hyde coming out of Ohio State because I like the way that he would run inside and bodies would just scatter when he got through there. A very strong, aggressive runner inside.
Finished just shy of 1,000 with 988. If you're a back, how much does that hurt?
It hurts a lot, and then you want to talk to the official scorer at home and say, you couldn't find 12 more yards for me somewhere? And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
First down, a run with Hyde. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
On second down, Hyde. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. William Golston in on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Then he got off. In there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Kaepernick, it's caught, Patton. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the...
And the ball's out. High fumbled it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Kaepernick going to throw. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Clinton McDonald in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. Surveying the field. Caught outright by Patton. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out comes Bradley Pinion to punt this one away.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going in next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jaquiz.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 54 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing it
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Tremaine Brock. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
In his own end zone, it's Kaepernick. Room here to run. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Cap gives to the tailback high. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And that's caught by Smith. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And back to the ground, high. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to the booth right after this. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Send me to Orlando, please.
Don't be so soft. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now high. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
They know that old expression.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. On the left side, it's McDonald. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there. Jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Throwing again. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Ahmad Brooks. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to fight his way forward here. For a modest gain.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Kaepernick. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And here's Phil Dawson now with a 49er field goal unit. And Dawson's kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Aguayo's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still, so this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams in Arizona, those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete. Juwan Harris, the running back, the one he was trying to get it to. And it's 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
This is brought in at the 21. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can show...
And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now Winston. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Vincent Jackson, 33 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Darryl Smith. And he's able to get it back here to the...
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Jameis to throw it. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 2nd down, goal to go from the 6. Now Sims. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. He's got time. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Aguayo able to knock it through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The Pro Bowler Brent Grimes brings him down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Over the middle to Smith. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Kaepernick now on 1st down. He's got his guy. It's Patton over the middle. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Robert Ayers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
To throw, Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2nd down now after the incompletion. One receiver to the left is Evans. Winston. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 70 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They run with Hyde. He's been the bell cow tonight. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On third and long, it's Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Chip Kelly trying to push the envelope here, but it doesn't pan out. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Again, they run with Sims. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Sims. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius. I do admire that he went for it.
They go screen pass to Hyde. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Chris Conte. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So out come the Bucs now. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Vincent Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. Chris Davis on the return. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together? Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. Under pressure, they got him again. Levante David in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. And quickly, they get to the line. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And able to find Curley. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.